Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Every single day, especially on a day like today, where we win by 50 points. So we got to celebrate, right? You're not rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions, are officially 5-0 after beating the Winthrop Eagles from Rock Hill, South Kakalaki, by 50 points. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Captain Will the OG. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. And of course, follow me on YouTube. If you're watching me right now, follow me on YouTube. Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification key so you will know when I go hot again. Where should we start? Where should we start with this game? If y'all watched the pregame show, and I hope y'all did watch the pregame show because it is literally the best pregame show covering the South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions. I said that Winthrop is not a good basketball team. They're not an average basketball team. They're a below average basketball team, ranked by 312th in the net ranking, and South Carolina did what they're supposed to do by beating an inferior basketball team. But before we dive deep in talking about this basketball game, it's still shot clock. And right now we have 251 people rocking with your man Captain Will right now. So it's shot clock. And regardless if we win by 50, if we win by 40, if we win by 2, if we win the basketball game, it's shot clock. So what you have right here is a little taste of tequila. Y'all know how I roll. I love me some tequila. I do. I love me some good tasting tequila. And we're doing that tonight. So whatever your drink of choice is, I got tequila tonight. Some of y'all might have some water. Some of y'all might have some orange juice. Some of y'all might have some sweet tea. Whatever the case may be, it's time to celebrate the South Carolina women's basketball team winning another basketball game. So cheers to South Carolina winning again. Cheers to Dawn Staley. Cheers to all the ladies balling out tonight. Cheers. Woo! Woo! Oh, yeah. South Carolina beat the brakes off of Winthrop tonight. We did. We scored 106 points. Second time we scored over 100 points this season. 2 times out of 5 times. That's not too bad. We good. We straight with that. If we're going to break down this basketball game, Carolina shot 64% from the field. That's good. Carolina shot 29% from 3. That ain't good. Going into this basketball game, South Carolina was number 4 in the country in terms of three-point shooting. We was not the number 4 ranked team in the country shooting 17 from 3. That's not good. 3-point per shooting team tonight. Overall, 64% from the field. That's terrific. Winthrop shot 31.8% from the field, shot 33% from 3, 7 for 21. You know, we wanted to cut down the turnovers. We played against Southern Cal. We had way too many turnovers. This basketball game, we had too many turnovers the first half, and then we ended up with what? 9 turnovers? We had 7 turnovers the first half and then had 2 in the second half. So 9 turnovers for the whole basketball game. I'll take that. It's okay. Okay. We're fine. And I'm seeing some of the comments. We'll get to the comments. A lot of comments tonight, even after a 50-point victory. It's okay. South Carolina did what we were supposed to do tonight and won the basketball game. Okay? I don't know what was supposed to say. First quarter we had with 28 points, they had 15. Second quarter we had 33 points, they had 12. I mean, you can say like third quarter kind of pulled back a little bit. We had 24 points, they had 18 points. Fourth quarter, they had 11 points, we had 21 points. Overall, we won by 50. This game here was more about, it's not even about the opponent. It's not about the opponent tonight. It's not. So if you're looking at that from Captain Will tonight, talk about the opponent of Rock Hill, Rock Hill. It's not Rock Hill. It's Winthrop. Rock Hill. Because fun fact, I know I said this in the pregame, but fun fact, I almost went to Winthrop University when I was a kid. 1994, I almost went to Winthrop University. I just graduated basic training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. And I was like, okay, time for me to choose a school. And Winthrop University was in my top 3. It was Winthrop, University of South Carolina, and Francis Marion. And I chose Francis Marion because I thought South Carolina was too big for me because I was a young buck, first time away from home. So I got a good, but I would say about this back in the day, Winthrop had good food though. I ate there and I almost chose it because of the food. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. I almost chose it because of the food. Can we talk about our young ladies tonight and who performed admirably, who performed the best? I've been talking about Madina for a long time. I've been talking about Madina. I've been saying, okay, Madina need to have a get right game. Okay, tonight was her get right game. Okay, now she came to this basketball game already averaging 11 points, 11 rebounds, a couple of blocks per game. She was doing what she's supposed to do, but tonight was more so of her, and it's going to take some time to get comfortable. And I don't really care about the opponent. I can care less about the opponent because we playing Winthrop tonight. We got Queens on Sunday, and then we got Duke on Wednesday. What I liked about Madina was she showed every bit of 6'6" tonight. Okay, so she had an efficiency of 36, which was far better than anybody on the basketball team. And we talk about efficiency. We talk about offensively, and we talk about defensively. We talk about both of them. Okay, so Madina came out and had 23 points, had 3 assists, shot 10 for 12 in the field, shot 83%. Okay, that is terrific. She finished up with 11 rebounds, 3 block shots, and a steal. That is great basketball. And had a defensive rating of 83.7. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what she needs to do every single game. Do I think she's going to get 9 or 10, shoot 10 for 12 in the field and shoot 83%? No, I don't think so. But I do believe that she could be the same type player she was last year, except for better when she was second in the SEC in field goal percentage. If she did it for Mississippi State, I know damn well she could do it for South Carolina. I know she can, and I believe she will do that. And I was just so happy. I was just overjoyed with her. I really was. I just waited for her to have a breakout game and show them what she is made of. Okay, now Winthrop didn't have a whole lot of resistance, and when they did have resistance, they fouled. But she still ended up with 23 points and 11 rebounds, continuing on the trend of what I believe she's going to do for the whole season. Number two in playing basketball tonight, offensively and defensively, Tanaya Latson had an efficiency of 26 overall. She played terrific. Tanaya Latson finished off with 24 points, 4 assists, 8 for 11 from the field, played terrific basketball. That's 73% from the field and 50% from 3. Tanaya Latson, you ain't got to shoot 25 times to get 25 points like we see some of these young ladies doing. We ain't got to do that. We ain't got to do all that. She had 24 points. She was 8 for 11 from the field. Say less. That's called efficiency. Convince me with all that stuff about she ain't getting the points like she did at Florida State. Florida State, you know what she would have did to get those 24 points? She would have shot 22 times. That's what she would have did. She would have shot 22 times. Amazing. I am so happy. And then her offensive rating was 90.7. She is playing terrific basketball. Tanaya Latson. Number 3. And it's a tie for number 3 because you had 2 players who finished off with 21 in efficiency. Number one in the tie. I don't know if you can't be number 1 in a tie, right? So we're going to talk about Joyce Edwards. Joyce finished with an efficiency of 21. Joyce did again what Joyce does. She got 22 points. She had an assist. She had about 5 6 rebounds, doing what she does, running like a gazelle. She's like she's the fastest player on the court, doing what she. I mean, come on. Joyce was 9 for 13 for 69%. I mean, how many times we're gonna watch Joyce Edwards and just say, like, what can she do on the basketball court? Real talk. What can Joyce Edwards not do on the basketball team? It looks so effortless when she plays. You are literally just sitting up there and being a point guard, a quarterback when you playing with Joyce Edwards. It's the reason why Raven Johnson had 10 assists tonight. There's a reason. You just throwing, you just lobbing it up to Joyce, just throwing the ball. You know who Nah, we ain't gonna talk about football tonight. We ain't gonna discuss that because I'm still in my feelings about football too. We're not gonna discuss football. We're not gonna start. But I tell you like that with him. No, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say that about Nicholas Harbor. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say. Y'all know where I'm going with this though. But it's always nice. It's always nice to get the ball where you need it. It's always nice. South Carolina got 3 players tonight who scored over 20 points. Okay? Who scored over 20 points. They ain't been done since what, 2014 or something? You know why they been done? And you know, but I do have to say this right here. The announcers tonight, they weren't good. No. They were not good. I don't know. Maybe they didn't do all the research they needed to, but there was several mistakes that was going on in this basketball game. And I know that y'all was catching them too. I was not impressed at all. But so you had Joyce with efficiency of 21. And you know who else had efficiency of 21? And she is blossoming in our own eyes. And that's Agot McCurry. Agot is a baller. She's something else. She's going to be really good. Go ahead and say that Agot McCurry going to be SEC on all freshman team. Let's keep it real. Agot McCurry, 12 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, shot 60% from the field, was the backup point guard, so to speak. No turnovers. She is a awesome basketball player who is developing into something that's going to be special. Number 6 overall recruit in the country. Really? I'm telling you this right here. When this season is over and we do a redo of where these recruits should have been ranked, you're going to see Agot McCurry in the top 2 or 3 in the country. Mark my words. Offensively and defensively, she is special. She played 21 minutes tonight. 21 minutes tonight. She is nice, y'all. We got a good one. And I can go on and on. And I can talk about the rest of the players. And Raven only had, 3 points tonight, but had 10 assists. You know, I can talk about Ayla, who had 7 points. Everybody looked good tonight. Everybody looked good tonight. You know, let's go through a few of these questions because we got a lot of questions. A lot of questions. And we're going to go through a few of them. Nolan 74. Thank you for being a member. And Agot and Agot, we trust. I love that. That's awesome. I love that. That's cool. That's cool. Brian SB8SN, Madina. These girls are on fire tonight. You got that right, brother. On fire. Kaisha, dollar signs. My girls look good tonight. They came to play. For sure. They came to play tonight and they did what they were supposed to do. And sometimes we in the past, we've fallen prey to playing down to our opponents. And tonight wasn't the case. We got to do the same thing against Queens on Sunday at 2:00, Sunday afternoon. And here's the thing. Winthrop beat Queens. Like, what the hell? Winthrop beat Queens. So y'all know it's going to go down on Sunday against Queens. But Queens University, that's out of Charlotte, the Queen City itself. So we'll see what's up. Mill Dog 7268. Those freshmen are good. Whole team played good. Yeah, you're right. The whole team played well tonight. I was hoping that Dauda would get on the scoreboard, but she missed a couple of bunnies and missed a couple of free throws. But, yeah, this was a game where everybody, for the most part, played well. James Williams, what's up, James Williams? What's up, Cap? Any word on Maddie? Take a sip on that one. All right, so here's the deal. I have been waiting to talk about this for a minute. And let's talk about Maddie, Mighty Mouse herself. And I found this news out earlier today, and I was waiting to share it on my show. So here's the deal. From a very reliable source, Maddie will be back, and Maddie will be playing on Sunday. And I'm saying it like this right here. Maddie has to grow up. Okay, Maddie's 19 years old, and she got to grow up. You know what I was doing when I was 19 years old? Trying to grow up. You know what y'all was doing when y'all was 19 years old? Trying to grow up. You know the difference between you and I and Maddie? We're not growing up in front of everyone. We're not growing up in front of society. We're not growing up in front of the media. We're not doing any of those things. So when Maddie makes a mistake, everybody sees that. Okay. When I was doing some dumb stuff back in the day, everybody didn't see that. So Maddie will be fine. Maddie will play ball again. Maddie should be playing on Sunday. Okay. And that's from a very reliable source. All right. So she is a child and she makes childish mistakes, much like the rest of us did make some childish mistakes. Okay. She will grow up. She will get better. She has an amazing support system. I know her parents. I know her. I know how much they love her, and I know how much they're going to wrap their arms around her. It is all good. Maddie, Mighty Mouse, will be back, and this will make her better than ever. Trust and believe. Just keep it real. Let's keep it real. We all make mistakes, and we all made some dumbass mistakes back when we were 19, 18, 20 years old. That's what happens. That's life. I got 5 kids, and of the 5 kids, all of them made dumb mistakes at 19 years old. I made some mistakes at 19 years old that my parents who are watching me right now still don't know about. Okay? So let's just keep that real. Mighty Mouse will be back, and Mighty Mouse will show up and show out when she comes back. So that's Maddie. So can't wait to see her ball again. Let's move on to some more questions because y'all got a lot. Agot looks so good. I need her to get some more minutes. That's from Court Bentley. Man, she got 21 minutes tonight. It's like, whoa, man. I wouldn't be upset because like a game like tonight, I still think some of our girl played too many minutes. You had Tessa with 29 minutes. You had Joyce with 28. You had Tanaya with 25. Raven only played 21 minutes tonight. Huh, okay. She only played 21. Ayla played 25 minutes tonight. I did not realize that. A guy played 21. I'm pretty this is the deal with a guy. She's going to find a way to get on the court. She is so good at the game of basketball. And as a freshman, if I did not tell you that she was a freshman, you have no idea that she was a freshman. You have no idea. No idea she's a freshman. I believe that she's going to be spectacular over the next few years for South Carolina. I don't know what the future holds in regards to recruits, for the next 3 years. I know that we got, Kelsey Andrews. I know that we might have another player. I know that we have Kaylee Wynn. I know that we have 2 5-star players already in the fold and potential of another one or maybe 2 that might come over to South Carolina. But I know this right here. In Agot and Kerr, you got a player who could be an All-American in the future. That's how good, that's how high her ceiling is. Now, this is the thing now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Don't sleep on Ayla now. Don't sleep on Ayla. Ayla is a good to great basketball player in the future. She's playing well when she gets in the game, okay? Agot is just different. She's different. And we're going to be saying that a lot about her in the future. I'm telling you, she is. If you stack Agot, number 6 in the country, right? And you stack Jazzy, number 1 in the country, who I thought was number 1 in the country offensively and defensively. We put those players through 5 basketball games. Who you think is the best player? Through 5 basketball games. And that's just not me saying that because of what I've been watching. But you just look at, if you look at the field goal percentage, you look at the 3-point percentage, you look at everything holistically through 5 basketball players, a guy is playing better than Jazz. Let's just keep it real. Shot clocks. Let's go through some of these shot clocks. Brian SB8SN got some Tito's. I like some Tito's too. So some of y'all been watching me on Big Brother. So I was asking for Tito's during that time when I was on the show. They never gave it to this. They couldn't give you hard liquor. They gave me other stuff, but they couldn't give me no hard liquor. So I was asking for Tito's. They kept giving me some White Claw. Some High Noon. I never even heard of High Noon until I got into the house. I'm like, what is that? Bad Daddy? What something? Daddy, Happy Daddy? I don't know what them things was. I don't know what they were. It's like we just show up and like I'm supposed to partake in these things. Court Bentley, White Henny. You drinking some White Hennessy? Oh my! Virgil White, some good old Dr. Pepper. They gave us a Dr. Pepper to the Big Brother house. That thing went flat so fast. It sure did. We used to, man. McKinley got some Kool-Aid. See what flavor? McKinley got to be red. It has to be red. We're doing Kool-Aid. Got to be red Kool-Aid. Mr. Make It Happen. Some Tiger Juice. Oh my gosh. Girls play well. I mean, the girls got to play better against, better opponents. But what you're seeing now is the continuity is happening. And these games like this is like almost like high, I ain't gonna say high level practice because our practice is against better competition, but you get 40 minutes to play with one another and get used to playing. Tonight, Latson played terrific tonight. Okay. 24 points and 11 shots is what we need against Duke. Okay. Who I didn't talk about tonight, who played okay, but did not play her normal game because her normal game is elevated, is a player like Tessa Johnson. Tessa had 9 points. Was 3 for 8 from the field, was 3 for 7 from 3-point line. It shot, but you look at it like, oh, Tessa shot 43% from 3. That's around her area, 44, 45% from 3. It was overshadowed tonight when you have players like Latson with 24 and Joyce with 22 and with Madina with 23. It just gets overshadowed. And Agot with 12. Now when we play against Queens on Sunday, Tessa probably have 20, 21 points. Here's the thing. I expect Joyce to get 19, 21 points, 23 points every game. Every single game. Joyce Edwards should have the way that South Carolina plays and the way that South Carolina plays through her, she should get 20-some points every night. It's weird that's the standard. That's the what we think that she should have. And 22 points of Joyce of 13 shots. Let me say this right here. Let me say this. Our front court with Joyce and Madina tonight combined for 45 points. 45 points. 19 for 25 from the field. There ain't many games that South Carolina won't be in if they shoot like that. I'm like, what is this? What is this? It's so crazy. I throw in with Latson shooting 8 for 11, and I see Mr. Make It Happen. Raven shot falling off already. Bro, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. Did you say that on Saturday night? Did you say that on Saturday night? The shot was falling off. Come on, bro. That's so funny. That's cute. You know what was falling? 10 assists. That's what was falling. That's what was falling. 10 assists. I love, family. Let's have a conversation. The commentators tonight, it was talking about who's trying to define a true point guard versus scoring point guard. And every time I hear that conversation, I want somebody to just call me. Like, please, somebody call Captain Will so we can have that conversation. Because there's not a conversation of a point guard and a shooting point guard or a scoring point guard. There is not a conversation. If you have to say scoring in front of point guard, you are not a point guard. You are a shooting guard posing as a point guard. Okay? A point guard is a player who sets everybody up. Okay? Who runs the offense. That is a point guard. But if you have to say a scoring point guard, then you're thinking about something different. And if we also talk about a point guard, you got a player who can also defend on the other end. That is a point guard. Okay. And they use the example of course, Caitlin Clark. It won't be a conversation with basketball unless it's Caitlin Clark. That Caitlin Clark was a scoring point guard. You know what she was not, and it's still not on today, November the 19th, a player who can guard anybody on the defensive end. Okay? That's not a point guard. What we have in Raven Johnson is a point guard. If your point guard leads college basketball or the WNBA in turnovers, you are not a point guard by any stretch of the imagination. Please, ladies and gentlemen, stop calling these young ladies point guards when they are not point guards. They are shooting guards posing as a one. Okay, that is lesson number 17,000 from your man, Captain Will. Raven Johnson is a point guard. All right. Okay. 10 assists, 1 turnover, an assist to turnover ratio of 10 to 1. That is a point guard. Let's move on. A few more questions. Lane Cameron, Agot, the Hulk went out tonight. Oh my God, I like that. I think she's finally getting it. I love that. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. You seen that girl? Oh, I think her name is Ruff for Winthrop. She literally bounced off of her. Like, whoop, taking those charges. She's gonna feel that tomorrow. She's gonna need an ice bath. She's gonna need a massage. I mean, Madina is 6'6" of strongness. I don't even think that's a word, but of strongness. It is something. Javon Jones, South Carolina. What's up, Javon? South Carolina, y'all really happy on beating the cupcake team. Get the F out of here. Javon, bro. You know, I love you my homie. You my homie, okay? LSU. Bro, every single team y'all played this season. Every single team y'all have played so far this season isn't even a cupcake. It's a brownie. It's not. It's a vanilla wafer. It's a those things we ate in the Big Brother house. It was Chipmates, not even Chips Ahoy. You cannot talk about no cupcakes, bro. Because y'all schedule is terrible. It's terrible. Y'all straight up, bro. This is the deal. We're talking about LSU. Duke is no longer ranked. If Duke was the only basketball team that y'all was going to play that was ranked until January. January. Who the hell does that? Now Duke ain't even ranked. Y'all might not play a team that is ranked in the top 25 until the middle of January. Javon, bruh, please and thank you. Don't say nothing about nobody's schedule. I mean, nobody? South Carolina, before December the 1st, South Carolina would have played Southern Cal, potentially Duke, UCLA, or Texas. Y'all played nobody. I would be embarrassed right now as an LSU fan. This is why, real talk, this is why on February 14th, we're going to beat the crap out of LSU. Because y'all don't play nobody. Y'all don't. I'm sorry. It is. I'm embarrassed. I would LSU. Y'all don't play nobody. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Straight up. Just me talking about LSU. Real talk. If I was an LSU fan, I wouldn't even come out and say anything to January. I wouldn't even say anything. If I was Kim Mulkey, I wouldn't even do an interview. I wouldn't say nothing. Because the schedule that y'all have, it's just Jacob Inhart, LSU retired off out of conference schedule. Looks like it was made in a Hostess factory. What's those things? What's those things you eat? Those Suzy Q's. That's LSU schedule. Suzy Q's. Samaria and England, they balled out for sure tonight, Cap. We played straight. We played good. We played all right. You know, it's so crazy when you win by 50 and say you played all right. You played all right against a, inferior team. Vader TM51, Dauda needs some aggression. Dauda's the nicest person in the world. Sometimes I want Dauda to just give him that doggone elbow. That's what I want her to do. Like if she hit the ground, I was worried for a second because she had like bent her neck and she had the big braids on. That helped out. But I just want to Adam Ruder said I wasn't worried tonight. Bro, Adam, I don't think we got a few games that I would have to actually pause and say, like, there's gonna be some games where we're gonna have to really play some great basketball. And if we play Texas or UCLA on Thanksgiving Day, that's a game that's gonna be must see TV. You're gonna have that is a Final Four national championship type matchup. Louisville, we got to play some decent ball to beat Louisville. We still win handily. We play Texas, in a conference. LSU, I clown LSU a lot, but LSU is a good basketball team. They don't have nobody rebound basketball, but they're a good basketball team. In February, it's a few games. Oklahoma. But Adam, chill. We're good. Canarji, hope I'm saying the name correctly. Let's go Gamecocks. Kenneth Bracey, thank you for being a member. Appreciate it. And again, we're 34 minutes in. And if you are watching me right now on Twitter, or if you're watching me on regular YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification key. That's really important. And FM UI8FZ, Funky Cold Madina. I like that one. I like that. Vader TM F1 MB. Thanks, Cap, for saying that on Maddie. For sure. Maddie's family. Maddie's family. So I'm always going to talk. I'm going to talk about glowingly about my family. She family. That's how I feel about her family. Everybody make mistakes. I'm probably going to make a mistake tonight. Probably will. But nobody gonna see my mistakes. And I'm 50. She's 19. You know, I don't want to know all the mistakes my kids made. Some of the mistakes my kids made, is in the forefront, or was in the forefront when they were kids. But this is a social media era. This is it's a storyline and all those things, and I believe in her. I believe in her family, and she's gonna be. Y'all know how I feel about Maddie, basketball player. Maddie's the truth. It's just her freshman year, she had a concussion and slowed down her growth a little bit. She had this incident, and it's slowing down her growth a little bit. Once she starts playing consistent basketball, the greatness of Maddie McDaniel is going to shine through. Trust me when I say that. Trust me when I say that. She is a terrific basketball player. And once she comes back and get in the groove, she's going to be great. She's going to be great. As we move forward, and we move forward to Queens, and Queens is not a good basketball team, and I'll do a pregame on Queens probably on Saturday night, but they're not a good basketball team by any stretch of the imagination. Is the typical team that LSU would play. Typical, but it's like it's getting back or I should say, like Don always talk about habits, creating habits. And that's what you have to do. And playing teams like Winthrop, and I like this is a cool thing. I like playing teams like Winthrop and in-state teams, because y'all know that when you playing in-state teams, like, they get paid to play us. Y'all know that, right? They got paid to play South Carolina. They got a check to lose by 50. Okay, so here's the dollar amount. This is the thing. So I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. So the dollar amount that Winthrop University, that goes to their athletic department, that women's basketball department, to play us, to get whooped, was $25,000. That's what they received. And they received 75 tickets to the game. That is what they received. Stipend, so to speak, tonight. Queens gets $25,000 on Sunday. And they get 100 tickets. Now, it's not like how South Carolina football is paying Coastal Carolina upwards of close to $2 million, if my memory serves me right, to play on Saturday. I could be wrong, but it sounds right in my mind. And as long as it sounds right in my mind, it's halfway close. Okay, so it's different. But Dawn likes to play those in-state teams to help with their athletic budget. That $25,000 will help Winthrop. It's a small school. That $25,000 will help Queens University. It's a small school. When we play Coppin State, okay, in January, HBCU up in B-More, it helps them. It helps them. But we got to be injury-free. That's real talk, the thing that I'm looking for. Because we're going to win by 50, 60 points on Sunday as well. And we'll be having the same conversation on Sunday afternoon, evening, whatever it is. It helps. All right? But we got to be locked in. We go to Vegas next week. This ain't no plan. This Vegas thing is real. This Vegas thing, that's about NIL money. Okay, so this ain't no lollygagging. This is about NIL dollars in our pockets this week, or next week, I should say. We need to go 2-0 on next Wednesday and next Thursday and get that money in that NIL fund and beat true quality basketball teams, one of which will be in the top 5. Okay, so get past Duke on Wednesday and then beat whoever it is on Thursday, either UCLA or Texas. That's what we have to move forward to, all right? That's what we got to move forward to. we got to be healthy and we got to stay connected. That's what we got to do. Finish up with these questions. David Langley, 3070. Thank you for being a member. Good switch defense tonight. You're absolutely right. Leanne 123. Cap needs to get you some. You need to get you some Texas whiskey. DM me some recommendations. Real talk. I'm gonna try something. This is gonna be something. All right. So if y'all watching me right now, I'm gonna do a live show on Sunday. DM me some suggestions of what to do shot o'clock with. DM me some suggestions. Y'all got some stuff that I've never tried. Let me know. I know Gamecocks have this thing, the Bourbon Whiskey Club. I don't know what they call it, whatever it is, but we're gonna start something new. We're gonna do Shot O'Clock Club with Captain Will, and y'all send me some recommendations on what I should try the Shot O'Clock, and I'll try it on the air. Ernest Boyd said, Agot is the best. Ernest Boyd, I am so happy that she is playing to the level that I saw her in high school, and I'm glad that she's a Gamecock, and retention is so key with us. That's why I talk about NIL money. We got to keep our young ladies here. We don't need our girls to transfer out like some of these other schools, and you see 3, 4, 5 players transferring out. We got to keep what we have here and nurture them and keep them there for 4 years. That's what we have to do. Prototype-ish. I like that name, Prototype-ish. Madina is my favorite Gamecock at the moment. She does a lot of that on the floor. Madina, you see, this is the thing with Madina. She handles the ball. She runs the floor hard. She can pass. She can score. She can rebound. She can block shots. She's tough as hell. Ooh. Man, I wish we had her for another year. I wish those 2 years in Kenya did not count. I'm telling you right now. I wish Dawn had her for 2 years. Boy, I wish. Adam Ritter, I won't worry about Sunday's game either. Nope, Adam, do not worry about Sunday's game. Get all your feels out and save them up for next week, because I know you're going to be worrying when we play Duke on Wednesday and we play either UCLA or Texas on Thursday. So I already got it. Talisha Webb, let them know, Cap. I have to. That's what I do. And with that being said, you're not rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. And we're going to do this again on Sunday evening after the beat down to Queens University. Look out for that. It's going down. And make sure you remember to DM me, Instagram me at Captain Will OG, your suggestions for some shot o'clock topics. And let's have some fun. Gamecocks win by 50, doing what we do.